Man-child and a yogi, Aaron Putnam here. My wife, Hilaire Lockwood. We got three great guests. We are live from the world-famous Comedy Store in Los Angeles. All right. Sorry, I'm tapping the water. We got Jeff Branson here.
What's up, everybody?
Laura is here.
Laura Erlich.
Jessica Wellington.
All right. So we're
How crispy was that?
Remember how I just introduced you? Like I was.
Yeah.
I don't even know how this works. But it gets better as I get mad.
That's true.
Usually
As it gets
does.
bad.
It's true.
So go.
So thanks everyone that's tuning. Thanks everyone that's tuning in. We always start off with a sutra if anyone knows what that is, and if you don't, you're gonna find out. My wife is a yoga instructor and yogini.
Hey, you said that right.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So this one is Maitri Karuna Muda Upekshanam Sukhadukkha Punya Apunya Vishayanam Bhavanata Chitta Prasadanam.
Jesus.
What does that mean?
Translation, please.
I will. By cultivating attitudes of friendliness toward the happy, compassion for the unhappy, delight in the virtuous, and disregard toward the wicked, the mind stuff retains its undisturbed calmness.
That's a lot of lessons.
So
It's a lot of learning in there.
it is like why would we want to cultivate attitudes of friendliness toward the happy? I mean, I think we should, but I'm just asking.
I think this is about not hating. It sounds like don't be a hater is what that basically means.
And like,
I'm still stuck on where's the cheetah because in the first part, you,
the chitta vritti, yeah, yes.
It's a word
That's your
burger.
mind- that's your mind
That's
stuff.
Sanskrit, as I'm told.
Mhm.
I was looking for something to attach to, too. I was like, I know what that is.
Sounded
I know
delicious.
that.
The whole thing sounded
like cheetah.
delicious.
Cheetos?
I'm like, can we get rice with that?
I like mine spicy.
Basmati,
It
please.
usually is, I'm sure. Yeah.
I'll do my best.
Disregard for the wicked, right? Yeah,
Yeah, what is
it's
it?
good.
hate people that are bad.
Disregard. Disregard doesn't mean hate.
Hating them is like
I mean, I guess that's how you
much
So,
define hate.
small
Isn't
knife,
hate
spit
means
on them.
like
What are we
murder?
saying? Just
it's like
don't
the
pay
I'm
attention.
rubber, your
Oh.
glue sutra.
Take it from somebody that
Right?
It's true. It is.
Yeah.
I spent so much time hating people that didn't give a shit what I thought. I mean, when I was able to get over that a little bit, I was definitely happier. And yeah, the turkeys, fuck them. Fuck them. I call them turkeys. Yep.
Turkeys.
Turkeys.
All right. Good.
All right.
Good. Good.
Turkeys, shoot them.
Shoot them. Yeah.
Every day is Thanksgiving around here.
So sad.
Wild turkeys.
Funny turkey. That's sad.
Only-
I don't like that.
But I think on the
Going off
gun
the
range
rails
too, they
already
usually
in
have turkeys
5
that you can shoot at.
seconds.
Yeah.
Like for the.
Or you get a turkey if you, in my neck of the woods for bowling, if you do like 3 strikes, you get a turkey,
Yeah.
right?
I was on a bowling
Anyways,
team.
why we went down that rabbit hole.
The sutra led you down that rabbit hole, which
And that-
not
and
the
it always- and
intention.
it always does.
Absolutely
Really what
not
it
the
was for.
intention.
So let me ask
No.
you this, baby. So why are the sutras so important?
The sutras are the philosophy of the practice of yoga. But honestly, in the way that we live our lives today, what they are ways for us to just simply be better human beings.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick, basically. Truly. They're about kindness and honesty and compassion and empathy.
It's a great thing
Yeah.
to start the show with. I think we can all use a little of that.
For sure. Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do we all hold hands?
Yeah, I know.
We should all.
Should I stoke up the campfire? Is this a kumbaya?
Oh,
So I want to know a little bit
that
about,
was a good one.
Laura, tell me what's going on.
Nice voice.
Just tell me what's going on with everything. I mean, I've only met, now this is the 4th time we've met. We had a good
Yeah.
visit last time.
Oh, is it the 4th time?
I think the 4th
I
time.
don't know.
So
I was going to give her a whole brilliant intro, and you like
Sorry.
derailed the.
Do it.
It's-
It doesn't
Do
look
it.
like it was as good for her as it was for you. She's like, is this the 4th time?
Another thing on the show.
Really?
having a hard
It
time.
feels like dozen.
I feel like
I'm
that sometimes-
I
with
say
him as
something,
well.
she tells me
It's
it's
true.
stupid, and then she starts over. So like I introduced Laura the wrong way. So tell us about Laura Hilaire.
Laura Erlich is the owner and founder of Mother Nurture Wellness in West LA, which is like cupping and acupuncture and massage. And you wrote 2 books on fertility,
Just one.
1 book on fertility.
Yeah, just one.
Yeah. And I've known her since sophomore year in high school.
Do you know we met 20 years ago right now?
Shut up. Is that true?
No, 30. I'm sorry, 30. We've known each
Shut
other
the
for 30
sh-
years.
Yeah, we're old.
We're super old.
She's like, oh my God.
I was
I'm
gonna say, it
35.
wasn't a couple of years. It was like a decade long.
That's amazing.
Yep.
We met 20,
Ah.
30,
in
35, no more
diapers,
than
I mean.
35
That
years
makes
ago, I
fun of
swear.
my- We met at Cherubs, which was Northwestern's summer program. for
Both
high s-
actresses,
For high
right?
school students. We fell in love. It's a love story.
So why don't you guys just do a podcast and we'll leave?
We should.
Ah.
Just kidding. No, but tell us more about what you do, honestly, because Jeff and I were talking about it, and he wants some.
I'm terrified.
You're
I'm
terrified.
I'm terrified of the cupping. I've had a long
You're terrified
life.
of the cupping. You're
A
not
life
terrified
well
of getting
lived. I'm a
stabbed with the needles.
I heard it's really
That
good
doesn't
for
bother me as
muscles,
much.
though, right?
The idea of that doesn't bother
is,
me
it's
as much.
great.
It's what I'm going to see
Cupping
come
is
out
like,
of me is
like
probably.
just a suction cup.
Okay, is this true though? The more bruises you have after, does that mean about the amount of toxins you had in your body? Because
Well-
I look like I got beat up with a pipe. When
That's
I
what
got
I'm saying.
woken up.
That's true.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
so
saying.
like the tighter the muscles are, or if you're sick,
Yeah.
and you do it kind of over the back, which is like the lungs, then it'll be really purple.
Ugh.
So yes, the darker it is, the more it like pulled out. Like when I cupped Hilary's back, nothing happened.
And all clean.
Right?
I think I got one
It's
when I
yoga,
was
yo.
like in the throes of addiction, like 15 years ago. I think I got cuffed in New York, and I got done,
I
and they
think
were
you
like,
did. I
"Are
think
you
you
okay?"
did too.
Like it was just like it looked bad. Like maybe you should go to the hospital. I'm like,
Like
that's the
black
toxins. The toxins are out of me.
Yeah,
You got
cupping
caught.
is totally painless, and unless somebody is a total idiot, you won't get set on fire.
I guess it's the stories I've heard of people I know that have life well lived that have cupped that have came out of it looking like they got into beat up by a gang.
Well, you will look
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah,
after,
yeah.
but it will
you
make
feel better right away?
feel way better.
Yeah.
So you have
What about
to
you,
weigh
Jess?
out,
You want some cupping?
I'm good
Yeah,
with the
well,
feeling.
I
Your
was thinking
back.
if Jeff's never done it, maybe you could come over and I'll get some
Want
of
to
my
cup each other?
glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, let's cup each other. It's a whole new terminology here.
So this happened to me though. So I was in
Nice.
Costa
Me and Jess
Rica,
were cupping last night.
we were just cuddling and cupping. So I got it done in Costa Rica by this. We stayed at this place, all
This is
full
gonna
of
be a good
shit. They were
story.
like,
This is
okay,
great.
so if you're really into pain, but it'll make you feel better later, get this treatment from this gentleman that did not speak English. All I know is I laid down. He put wax on my eyebrows.
I have
This-
crazy
okay,
pictures.
this is how it started.
Years.
This is how it started out.
A dress and
he
some
dug
heels.
into my forehead with his thumbnail to the point where I was like, "What's happening?" And he would always let up whatever he was doing right before I was gonna like just tap out. And I was no, and then he was sticking.
Can I
the-
just state for the record, this has nothing to do with acupuncture?
Oh, I know. This
Okay.
guy was like,
Is this a pressure point thing? Would
Or
that be
Chinese
pressure
medicine.
points or
No,
something?
basically she's
there's
saying I had
no-
to
this is
quack.
Or
fucking
is this
weird
just somebody
shit.
trying to break him? Like
What was with the
trying to-
wax if you weren't getting your eyebrows done?
Right, did he shape your eyebrows with the wax? Like, what is the wax for?
It's
wish.
fucked up. This is what
Look at
happened.
his
Instead of getting, there was like 3 choices. Do you want to go wakeboarding? Do you want to have someone? These are the no. Listen up. The guy, or there was, do you want to meet this witch and she's gonna tell you that you're probably already dead or something? I was like, I'm not.
Past lives.
Yeah, past lives. I go, fuck that. I go, what's that? I go, because I like a really strong massage that like hurt me. Like usually, like when I used to get massage, I'm like, just punch me in the neck for 20 minutes. anything to distract me from how I'm feeling. So I have my eyes closed, and then he starts sticking the needles in. But then he's apparently nobody was in the room, so I don't know exactly what he was doing. He was either lighting the needles or putting wax in, but like.
Well, whenever I go, you're like my dad. If we had a pimple or something that we had to get to,
Yeah.
you had to always make sure that you lit the needle so it disinfected.
Disinfects it. Yeah.
Jesus
But
Christ.
I'm from the South, and I don't know.
You were in Costa Rica. Was this like on beachside? Was this
we
in
went,
some
we went
hut?
to a yoga retreat. This is another thing. So we went to this yoga retreat, and the guy that sold us the place was like, "This is all vegan and it's super." I go, basically, it's to save money. You can feed people very cheaply by saying it's like vegetarian and vegan. Yeah, beans and bananas are yes, they're cheap. Feed me fucking beans and bananas one more day. I told the guy straight. And then, anyways, there's a lot of shit going on.
Are you supposed to reuse acupuncture needles?
No,
Is that right?
you're not.
Is that a one-time
You're
thing?
not. And so this whole like lighting them to
Yeah.
disinfect them is giving me a heart attack over here. Because
he lit him on fire.
This
Probably to
With the
disinfect
needles
them.
Him and I used to go to a place in Chinatown, and that place didn't have
Needles.
different needles.
Well, basically,
They had
what
a set of needles.
I think what they were doing is he was sticking the needle in, and then he was like lighting the top of it so the heat was going through it or something. Anyways, it would get so bad right before I was ready just to go, "Ugh, just get away from me, rape, whatever. I was like, he would stop, and then it would, would calm off, and I'm like, okay, because I wanted to get through it. I'm like, they say I'm going to feel better. It's like one of those things where they get really Indian, you're going to feel great after, but it's going to be painful. But then when he stuck, like I said, when he had I go, I know that's a thumb. And I know he's digging it right into the middle of whatever this shot.
You're
he was-
ajna.
He was, yeah, is it whatever?
that's actually
nah.
a point for like insight and self-awareness.
You're right. I was really aware.
That's why it was so painful for you.
He's trying to wipe your memory of the whole
Third
event.
eye.
So
Right?
basically,
Oh my God,
Trying to
yes.
wipe his memory of it.
Painful to come to terms with what was
when
in
I
there.
got done, he had basically singed all my. I looked like I had dead ants all over me. Like
He did.
I had wax all over.
You sure he
me.
just didn't wax you everywhere?
Yeah, who
While you were
knows,
passed
right?
out.
But
You
how did
didn't
your
take
eyebrows
the
look?
wax off?
No.
When I got, it was all fucked up. He didn't speak English, and he kept. Finally, the only thing he said in English, he goes, "How do you feel?" And I said, "You mean now that I'm not on fire?" I said, "I feel great. Thanks for, you're not killing me now. It's awesome."
And we paid,
Anyways,
we
it was-
paid for that.
It was like $100.
Yeah.
It was horse shit.
Yeah.
But did your eyebrows look good? Because people pay more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Here
How was
for
your bikini
just
line?
In my
eyebrows.
bikini line, I do get my nostrils waxed. I need them really bad.
Yeah,
right
it's
now, actually.
crazy to
Waxed?
watch them do that. Yeah.
Yank it out with a
Waxed?
Q-tip.
I
Yeah,
do
and
that.
then they go
yeah,
in
they
and
just go,
Yeah, they get the hot
5
like
seconds.
black wax and just yank it out, and it looks awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
don't
new
know
one to
about
me.
looking
That's a new
awesome,
one to me.
but-
So, but
Really?
you do legit.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah, yeah.
legit cupping.
I don't set
Old-fashioned, I'm
people on
just-
fire. Can we start there?
Yeah.
I do not
she uses
shove
new
any
needles.
sharp objects in between their eyes unless it's an acupuncture needle in a very specific
Right.
like angle.
I mean, years ago, I had someone poke me a few times to quit smoking. And I think it was in
Yeah.
my ear or something, right? Is
Yeah,
that where
there's
they
like
do it?
there's a detox protocol for addiction.
And I also had
Or
some
in the
legit
ear.
acupuncture. I think when they hooked it up to kind of some electricity a little bit, but not like zapping, but just like you could feel it pulsating through.
But that's like TENS equipment. That's e-stim, and it's used for in
yeah,
all different
yeah. It was
ways.
in my,
like
it was in my,
chiropractors use it,
yeah, it was in my
PTs.
doctor's office in Soho.
Did you quit smoking after?
Yeah.
Yeah, I dabble in cigarettes now, not very often. She gets real mad. Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's not go
No,
there.
it didn't work for him. No, it didn't work.
So no, yeah,
Yeah.
still smoke.
That's a no.
What am I on the spot? I quit drinking for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ, give me a
Sorry,
break.
and your
This is
eyebrows
true.
are all
Alright.
over the place again. So the whole thing was just a
I feel like
waste.
I feel like everybody's picking on me.
Oh, I know.
You're at the
I
head of the
love
table.
it.
Yeah, no.
What's happening?
So I have to say this because I have a big mouth and I misspoke, I think, but I was pumping Jess up for the podcast and I was like, "Oh, our friend Laura, she's a doula and she does vaginal manipulation. What the fuck is that?" She goes, "Sounds like sex. It's that sex out here in LA."
Yeah, I don't
You don't know anything
do
about-
vaginal manipulation either.
What the hell is it?
I'm
Why
sorry.
did you say that?
I don't even know what that is.
Elizabeth
No.
does that. I have a teacher. A massage
Why did you
therapist.
say? I thought
You're
you
throwing the
said-
term around like you
there
know what
are
it is. What is
physical
it?
therapists who do like pelvic floor
Yes,
rehab
that's what it is,
stuff,
yeah.
but I don't.
But
I
why
don't
Are
do
you
I-
a lesbian?
What?
Are you a
Am I
lesbian?
No.
So she doesn't do any kind of vaginal manipulation.
Well, she's a woman.
I am female.
Do you shower?
to
I have a
others,
vagina.
yeah, but to others, no, right?
And I'm not a lesbian, but I've seen thousands
So
of
many
vaginas
hoo-has.
in my life because I'm a birth doula.
Yeah.
So that's like the other thing that I do.
I want to see a kid getting born so bad, but I don't want to. I just want to be there. I don't want to have my own, but nobody will let me in.
Let me just walk. I love it.
I do.
All right,
I just
Jess
wanna-
is looking to
Probably
watch
why.
a birth.
You need to find like
Probably
a.
why.
She's like, "I'll bring snacks."
Maybe we could just put it on Instagram, looking for a birth to watch.
Yeah,
I've got
I
nothing
do.
going on right now, but if we have another, I'll let you know. I'll call
Please,
you
I
over.
just honestly, I'll massage or whatever you need
Yeah.
me to do.
Yeah. Hold hands, massage.
Yeah, I'll cut.
Yeah.
I heard it's pretty insane though,
I
right?
know
honey?
you. I heard.
Jordan
It's
was a
pretty
water baby,
insane.
right?
I did. Jordan was an underwater birth. Yeah, it was amazing. It was great. It was badass.
That's the
for
one
sure.
I
See, I want to
missed.
see
And-
that.
I was there for Christian's birth.
You were.
though.
You were
Was
my
it
doula for my first
a
baby.
tub in the living room kind of thing? Was it?
No,
a
no.
inflatable
I was
tub
in a
the-
birth center.
Oh.
Yeah, with the whole deal. It was very cool. The kitchen was in the middle, and he was getting his first birthday cake baked while he was being born, which was super cool.
It's
Yeah, my
amazing.
whole
That's so
family was
cute.
there.
My
Christian was
my
there.
kid was born at home,
Yeah.
almost on the sidewalk.
We
but I
looked
made
into
it
it.
outside the house in time.
I mean, on the property.
Is that because
Not
hospital?
even on
actually
the
got off the
property.
property
I
line, in the
seriously
front
was
yard.
like, they made me take a walk, and I'm like waddling with a baby hanging out. of me.
Bro, it's just
Pretty
so,
much, and I
it's so
pretty much had to
fucking
be
wild.
like, if you make me keep walking around out here, I'm gonna have the baby in my pants. Let's go inside, and that's what happened. We went inside, and he was like, "Go out."
How long was the whole thing?
Amazing.
The whole thing was only 7 hours. Well, sort of. It was 7 hours after 24 hours of me forcibly making my body go into labor.
I was 11
Yeah,
pounds,
yeah.
2 ounces, and my mother was in labor for 18 hours.
It's just so mean.
11
so
too.
mean. So
And that's why
mean.
my head is so fucked up. By the time I finally came out, I looked like
Which,
looked
inside
like
or
a,
outside?
just like my head, I came
I'm
out.
not worried about you. Your poor mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no wonder she gives you
Okay.
so much shit.
Back in the, I mean, she
11
probably,
pounds,
I know
John.
for a fact, she probably had a cool, mild cigarette waiting, and she, they had the,
I would too after 18 hours of birthing.
she definitely got the shot in the
pack of
back.
smokes
She got
and
the, what,
Epidural.
she got the
Epidural.
epidural in the 70s. Come on, please.
Yeah, but think about if she
wasn't
wasn't
awake.
smoking during the pregnancy, how big you would have been.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My
How
God.
big would I have been? If I would have been stunted. Yeah. If my mother wouldn't have smoked when she was pregnant with me, I would have been 18 pounds. I don't know for sure if she did, but who knows? Back then, it definitely wasn't looked frowned upon as much.
No, they used to
It
have a
wasn't
cocktail
frowned upon,
hour.
I
and then
think,
you
at all.
What's that?
I don't think it was
Yeah.
frowned upon at all. It
It
was like, here, have a
wasn't.
martini and a
No,
cigarette.
they had a
They have a
cocktail hour.
baby.
Yeah.
I was in bed with Laura when my water broke with Christian. I was super pregnant. We were
Doing
taking
a little
it down.
vaginal manipulation.
You said you never.
Just like this.
I did not say never. I just said I'm not a
Only with
lesbian.
Hillary, and that doesn't
There's a
count.
difference.
We've known each
We're-
other a long
We're
time.
besties.
Dabbling is different.
Let's read some sonnets from William
My
Shakespeare
water's different.
and play my flute.
Do you want to do some cupping tonight?
Yes, please. Yes.
I'm still
Come get in my
terrified.
bed. Let's see if we can make your water break.
Sexy. It was even sexy then.
Basically what happened.
I think my
but
water
I
just
was
broke.
not
That was
involved.
incredible.
I know, it was. That
That
was
was
so
really- that was
sexy.
a great
Yeah,
Yeah, we were just like laying there,
Got a
and she
little
was
shiver.
like, "Oh shit, my water just broke." And I looked
Yeah.
down, and there it was, all over my
And
bed.
you were like, shit,
all
this is
over
my
your
bed.
And
Those
you,
are
all
1,000
over you.
thread count
That's
sheets.
with Christian?
Yeah.
Because Christian, her oldest son, and I know this, but he was born, he kicked in her cervix at midnight. Like, yeah, right?
His foot was
That's what you said, right?
through my cervix.
That's giving me like visions of
I
Alien.
know.
The movie
Like,
Alien
it's like,
is
like it's
kicking
like
out of your
a door,
stomach.
and he was like, "Hi, yeah." He just
That's,
kicked it in.
it's so funny
terrifying.
because I just repeat what you tell me, and
I
then you
know.
act like I'm crazy.
I know. I love that so much.
you got to tell me if you're making stuff up
I
before I,
make
say
stuff up all the time. And
Did
I
he
love
karate
that
chop you in the cervix?
He did through my
and
cervix.
he came out at 11201.
Yeah, his birthday is the 1st of January. Yeah, 1101 is my birthday.
1101?
My baby's
Wow,
birthday.
it's a wild birthday.
1101?
1101.
So I thought,
Yeah.
you have Jeff, you have a child, Laura, Hillary, you have 2, of course. You have none, I have none. It's supposed to be such an amazing thing, but not everybody has to do it, I don't think. That's true too, right?
It is true.
For sure, true.
Absolutely.
When people are like, "Oh my God, you have no idea." I mean, I get it. I know it's amazing. I see what it's done
Oh.
to people that I know.
It's fucking terrible.
You love your kid to death.
I love my kid to death, but it leaves you wondering about every single thing you've done in your
Absolutely.
life and everything you're
Totally.
doing to them. And now you're replaying all the shit that you shouldn't be thinking about that you did do back before them.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh,
yeah.
should I be
Also,
telling
it
them
just
that?
makes you always broke.
Always
Yeah.
broke.
Well,
That's
I'm
what is
already
so
broke.
Fucked up part
What's
about
that?
it.
I'm
is that
already
you're
broke
like,
now.
I am
Go-
working my
go
ass
so-
off, and why is the cup like it just runs right through it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So
nothing
never
left
enough
after.
money.
Yeah,
So exciting that Christian just moved out because, man, that's different.
it's exciting
It's
until
good.
he's like, "Mom, I can't bake bread."
No, he's gonna.
No, this is the thing. No, I used to be against.
You
like,
shut
when
your
they
mouth.
say,
He's
you
going
know,
to be just fine. My little baby's going to be just fine. Come on,
You can keep your kids on your health insurance until you're 26 now. And I used to be like, oh, these spoiled kids, what the hell? I mean, because I grew up with no insurance or Medicare or whatever. But it's like your kid, if he's not, doesn't have his shit together yet, it's even worse if he doesn't have insurance because you're still going to take care of him. Oh, you decided not to give him health insurance, then something horrible happens and you're paying anyway. So
Right.
I-
So you're screwed
the,
either way.
the
You're
reality
just
is, I
gonna
think
be
that we all
broke.
say a lot of shit about kids until we have kids, and then when you
Yeah.
have kids, you're like, I want my kid on my insurance until he's 50.
Yeah,
you know what I
'cause-
mean? I never want to see
No.
anything
No.
bad to happen to him.
because it's the greatest thing
I
ever.
mean, I don't
and
want to pay
get it.
for it. I want him to have insurance.
Yes,
It's-
for sure.
Yeah.
Right, that's the thing. It's like you're broke all the time and you're stressed all the time and you're reevaluating your life all
Yeah.
the time, but you don't give a shit because somehow you like love them
Yeah.
more than
So
that,
much. Yeah,
Well,
it's true.
which is so crazy.
Yeah.
Well, because I can see, because like what I was.
Definitely biological. It's
Yeah,
like
because-
it's definitely like a
Pheromones, there's something
yeah,
in the
there's a-
air.
Well, you bleed-
there's like a
He looks like
drive
me,
that-
so I won't kill him or eat him. I don't know what it is. There's something
Exactly.
No,
primal going on.
is this true? That, they say about if the baby doesn't look like the dad when it first comes out, like the animals, they eat the kid.
There
You know
are
what I mean?
people that would tell you that Animal Kingdom, what a lion smells another cub that's not his.
Yeah,
Done.
Done. Chomp chomp.
Done.
See, and right back to cheetahs.
Spicy Spicy.
No, but I can definitely see what you're saying. But
There's
it's
a
like
difference between a lion and a chief.
But it's still the African singing.
it's all from the
No.
Kuda Matata.
It's all big cats, babe.
It's
Big
all from
cats,
Lion
babe.
King.
It's all from Lion King. It's all in Donald Glover's.
It's all Lion King. It's going to make $1 billion this weekend. Shut up. It's pretty crazy.
No, but you bleed for something differently when it's like your DNA. Like I say, about her stuff,
Yes.
her kids. It's like I love them to death, but like when they do fucked up shit, I'm like, you're just a dude doing fucked up shit. But if it's your kid, you're like, you see their eyes and you see yourself, and you just have this way like you gotta bleed different for them, and it's true, and that's why, it's even harder to be a step parent. I think.
Jesus.
That is true.
All
I'm
right.
also
Worked that
a
around
step
well. That was
parent, and
beautiful.
I will
That was
attest
beautiful.
to that. Step parenting
Yeah.
is not easy.
No, it's
And I have a great relationship with my stepdaughter, but it's still like the nature of the relationship is wacko.
Well,
Like,
it
you don't
seems
know
like you
who-
always
you don't
have each
know who
other's-
you are and what you can say and what's your authority and it's hard.
But the-
It's
I
My
think
hard.
it
stepmom
seems
left
like
me
the relation-
twice, so that
What's
was
that?
easy for her to do.
What's that?
My stepmom left me twice. So that was easy for her to do.
I did tell her kids, I go, if you knock up your girlfriend before I'm 50, I will be the most deadbeat grandfather you've ever seen in your life. I'll be out. Like, I
That's
don't
the
know
thing.
you.
I am at risk of step grandparenthood
Oh, yeah.
in the
wild.
foreseeable future.
That's
It
terrifying.
does not.
It's wild.
No.
I feel like I'm
It's
15,
terrifying.
and that doesn't
Yeah.
seem right.
No.
No. Agreed.
I think the biggest issue with step situations too is your biggest go-to. Shit hits the fan, bad moment. Your biggest go-to is, you're not my mom.
Yeah, you're not
You
my
know?
dad.
You're not my kid. And that's just the
Luckily,
ugliest
we've
thing you
never
can say
gone
in
down
that moment.
path, luckily. But also, she didn't come into my life till she was almost out of high school. So we've had like a
What about Jess? You have a stepmom?
Yeah.
Girl,
Well, my dad was married 5 times, 5 divorces.
Oh,
Five
But
step.
my first stepmom actually adopted me, right? When I was 3, they forced me to call her mom, so I didn't think of her as anything else other than my mom for a long time. But then when they split up, she just left. I didn't hear anything from her. I was like, what the fuck? I
It's like
she
your
was.
dad's an
Oh,
asshole.
that's harsh.
Yeah, he
That is
was.
hard.
Or maybe, yeah.
No, he was abusive and all that, so I get it. But also, you left me there. I was like, what the hell? Then we reconnected when
She
I was
adopted you and she just bailed? That is
Yeah.
so shitty.
like even to
So
the point
shitty.
I forgot about it. I went to go get my to go in the Air Force. And I needed my birth certificate and I didn't have it, so I went to go get a new one. And I wrote down my parents and all that, and the lady's like, I don't see it in the system. And I'm like,
Oh,
what the hell? And she helped me out because I had forgot that she was on my birth certificate now.
wow.
But we've reconnected now. But there is a
she
piece of me
very,
that
very
thinks-
sorry.
she very.
No, she really is. She really is. But
She is.
there's a piece of me that thinks because she wasn't able to have kids of her own is the only reason that she's clinging on to me now.
Right.
There is a piece of me that's like,
Well, this is what I've
Yeah,
noticed.
Convenient
That's
truth
not
of older
great.
age.
Right.
My daughter.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not
I made a pretty good decision, I think. It's like you never want to like come into some family. Like I know these guys are like, they date a woman who's got kids. I'm your dad. No, I never was like that with them. Like I
No.
tried to earn it just because one, it's like I know how that feels. Like just like all of a sudden some dude trying to be I'm your dad. It's like, fuck, you have a dad. I want you to love your dad. I want to have the coolest parts of you, meaning like, don't be rude to me, be nice, buy sneakers, hang out, keep it light, but it doesn't always go light because you end up being there for them and being the dumping ground, which is so crazy because I guess that's what it's about too. It's like, they love you now that they dumped on you. I'm like, not really down for that part of it, but
It's
You know,
definitely
He
part
talks a
of it.
big game, but he seems pretty down to me.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm down. Anyways, yeah,
I'm just not going to
I
act
mean,
like the down guy.
I
but
hated
I'm
my
down.
stepmom, but then I realized all she was trying to do because I manipulated from a very young age, as you guys all know that know me. It's just that you learn to get what you want by using different things, and like my stepmom, I would just play her against my dad when all she was trying to do was keep me safe.
Yeah.
My dad was the one. I had no idea what he was up to, and when I found out, it's like, of course, she was like, I'm trying to get my kids away from your dad, and I can't leave you here. So she didn't leave me, but I
oh
often
yeah, just ooh.
I mean, what can
Look
children
at
really?
you. Got people that care
no,
for
no,
you.
no, but no. Yeah, right. But when it finally blew up, though, I mean, it's like think about. It's like I was raised by a drunk Jehovah's Witness. I mean, it's
Oh
like,
my
what
God,
the fuck
that's
is?
a bad comment.
Yeah, and it's like, here's your stepmom. I'm wasted, but you can't celebrate birthdays. You can't do anything that basically a human being does, and believe that. Okay, I'm like, okay, this is fucked.
Mine was I couldn't date black guys. God,
God damn it! In this day and
you
age,
couldn't have a birthday party. I'm sorry.
oh my God, where are you from again?
North Carolina.
From North
Florida.
Kakalaka and Florida.
Yeah.
Always a little Florida. Now everyone's got one relative in Florida.
I have none.
None. I have none.
Born in Florida.
I do
I'm
know.
so
That's where I was
sad
born,
about
yeah.
that. St. Petersburg.
Gainesville for me.
Wow.
Jeff got married in Marco Island, right?
I did.
Yeah.
St. Petersburg.
I did.
From what I remember about it, it was a nice.
I mean, I don't know.
I think I'm happy to. No, I'm happy to talk about it. I was a piece of shit.
Your
and
wife's here. I don't want to talk about it.
I know.
Oh, I was on the phone with him.
I
Half
know.
talking.
I know.
She knows-
I put him on the phone with you a couple of
Yeah.
times.
Anyways, yeah.
It was a different time.
Different
Well,
time.
that's a
time.
different
We all heal.
He's so
time.
handsome and good now.
Everyone
He's
says
so
Aaron had a good
sexy.
time.
All right.
Hey,
Hey.
I want to bring this up because I think it's exciting. So Aaron borrowed, well, you can't borrow it because you don't want to give it back,
What
a
the-
blue chew for this trip.
Oh yeah, he texted that to me,
What?
and I was like,
A
"What
what?
the fuck is
You
a
got-
blue
A dick.
chew?"
I got some dick pills.
Yeah.
Not because I can't get it up, because
No, he has
just
no
like
problem there.
okay.
Every guy that says I got some dick pills, the next thing that follows is it's not because I can't keep
No,
it
no,
up.
it's-
Right? I don't
He
need
has
that.
no
I just
problem.
got
No,
one.
no,
No.
that's for those guys on the commercials. That's not
That's
that's
what I
not
mean.
mine.
It's called a blue chew.
Well, that's a new brand.
Did you
There's,
chew it?
there's all kinds. Yeah, you can chew it.
What
It's
is
got
it?
this.
Is it like
What's
redneck?
the
Can you
name?
put it
That's
under
a
your front
stupid
lip and like
name.
like you
I don't know. It's Cialis.
like a chew chew like.
Anyways,
At
Flintstone.
least call it like the vaginal manipulator. Good.
the guy that I got it from, because I picked the right guy. I'm producing the show for this dude that's like he's been a physical
The
fitness
guy
trainer.
you got it from, is this like a drug deal? Or did you
Let me
get it
just
from a
finish, and
doctor?
I'll tell you. This guy Bobby is doing this one man show about 30 years of fitness stories, but I could tell. I go, this is the dude that's so into his ego still and everything. He's got dick pills, and I go, hey, you got any dick pills? He goes, oh, dude, oh, blah, blah, blah. I got dick pills. He goes, I'll bring them. You want me for dinner tonight? He goes, you'll feel like John fucking Holmes, man. I go, I'm
on one right now. I'm on
pretty
one
sure
right
he
now.
had a huge penis, and I don't know, is it going to make, I mean, if he told me that, I'd be like, well, you know, let's do it. But this is the thing. First of all, like baseball players too, with their, you know, everything like I'm all for that. Like, I'd rather watch somebody, you know, hit a home run 500 yards. I mean, if you want to have sex and try out something that's going to be more fun. This is what I heard. This is what's
I'm all
great.
for it.
You're all for it, right?
I am
Because
100% in.
Well, what until it happens? What if it takes hours and hours for?
this is what I've heard. This
Got hours
Yeah,
and hours.
that's my.
no,
Hillary says he's good. He'll be fine.
You're like, this is
you're
all
ready in like
fine.
15
I got
minutes,
this.
but this is what's amazing about it and a little bit scary. Apparently, the hangover from it isn't what you've heard, where you walk around with like, "God, I can't. This boner won't go down." It's not like that. It's just you're kind of ready and like just little like. Basically, you could be on the street and someone could, you know, whatever. You got to be careful because you could just uncontrollable like 7th grade boners for like 2 days. So for like 18 hours. So basically, we want to give it a shot and see if it's fun and see if I can have sex more than
Hey,
once
mister,
in a
can
day.
I have some change?
So is this for this vacation trip? Is this for the?
Yeah,
all
just
right.
because why not have fun and
Yeah,
check it
yeah.
out? But like, you know, because the thing is I want to have sex more than once in a day, but it hasn't happened in a couple years, and she wants, all right,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
No,
You
she's
want,
all in.
You want
She's
this
not-
more than twice a day?
she wants it all the time.
Really?
She's
on
an
board.
anomaly.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a lot for
a
every.
lot.
That's,
No,
you know.
it's
Yeah,
like, what about
just
snacks?
Yeah.
What about
He's-
programs?
He's
I mean,
old.
control.
You know.
It's not.
Snacks and programs.
It's not even about being
You
open.
should
I'm
get it from
telling
the
you.
doctor to see if you
It's
could
like-
do it twice a day first,
Yeah,
and then we'll
you
go
should
from there.
ask him.
You know?
I'll update everybody when we're
Keep him doing
we're
yoga. He's
doing
gonna
the
have to stretch for this.
next
sounds
podcast. We'll
like
talk
you
about how it went. Hope you know what's going to be fun.
Hap-
And I was
gonna be
thinking,
fun.
and I was thinking about my wife
so
because.
much
I will be
Do you
tuning
mind
in.
if I tell what's happening?
No,
Can you do
can't.
it after you invite us over on Tuesday?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I was going to say, was this, is
Actually,
this
let's
the
just do this
anniversary
group
errand
again.
you
Let's
told
do
me
this
to
group
run?
again
Yeah, yeah.
on Tuesday before we head out.
Tomorrow at around
You're like,
11:30.
we have to run an anniversary errand. We're not available on Wednesday. Now I know what it is. This is the blue chew.
After 30
The
years, you
blue
couldn't tell her? After 30 years, you couldn't be honest, huh?
We have a date with a blue chew.
Basically, all I'm saying is I am not ashamed to say I want to check something out to see if it's like, oh, cool.
Are you looking to get bigger? I mean, every guy is, but are you looking to get bigger during this?
They have those operations now.
Yeah, they
He
do.
doesn't
I
need
don't
that.
want-
No, why are we taking the pill? That's what I want to know. For more than once? More than once in a night?
Basically, because what I've heard, I know tons of people that have been taking them just for a fun weekend of like
Exactly.
fucking bone. Like a lot of single people are doing it because they want to show off or whatever. But like, why doesn't my wife deserve that too? It's like, right.
Woohoo.
So we're on vacation and I'm gonna be like fucking, you know, instead of being like, oh, that's once and we'll do it again tomorrow and I'll watch some programs or whatever.
I love
She's
you.
gonna be like,
Taking it
I
for the
see,
team.
I see what's happening right now, and you know, you're ready.
For you to pleasure your wife, why does your dick always have to be involved?
She wants-
Ooh.
Ah!
She's like, but you know, but you see her point. You see her point. So let's.
I'm just saying, saying you should
Totally.
just maybe you just want to do it, and you could have toys or whatever.
Yeah, I
Oh,
want
I
to.
mean,
just
yeah,
be-
Basically, we're very open about in the bedroom because, like, why keep secrets or do anything or like try to be like? It's not like we're dating. We're like, I don't know if she's gonna like me if she knows that I took a dick pill. She's like, yeah, take that dick pill. Let's do it. She did something to me in bed a couple months ago, and I
No,
was
you can
like,
tell I'm fine.
and I was like, what in the?
Says it on
I
stage.
go, shut it down. What in the hell was that? She goes, I can't tell you all my
Shut it
secrets.
down.
What was it?
Can't tell you all my secrets.
She tapped the butt. She tapped the button between the good stuff and the bad stuff, and
Mulabanda.
I quivered like a. I was shivering.
Emotional?
I
What
was
did
like,
you do?
and I was like, I'm good. And she, I go, what the fuck was that? She goes, I can't tell you all my secrets. I'm like, if you want to stay married, you'll do that.
It was a little taint manipulation.
Yeah,
Little taint
Lovely, very
manipulate.
nice.
Yeah, the muli as in
Mulabanda.
mulabanda.
That's
Yeah,
what it's called.
yeah, in Sanskrit. Yeah, start calling it the mulabanda.
Mulabanda.
What is it like?
See, she just
Is
said
that
it
a
like
fancy
you
term
said.
for massaging my prostate? I mean, what are we talking about?
Mulabanda is between the good stuff and the bad stuff. It's the trampoline
Well,
between.
it's
you know.
all good stuff down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the trampoline. Got you. Okay.
So yeah, so
I'm
yeah,
loving all this terminology. I'm picking
So
up.
I
from you.
admitted
know.
that. Whatever. I don't know.
Rich.
I think everyone should try, man.
I also might have to be celibate for 6 weeks. So
Mm-hmm.
Why?
yeah,
You want to talk about it?
yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer 2 weeks ago. The day before my teacher Madi Ezrati actually passed away, which really did trump the cancer. And then I'm really glad that I'm in LA. I don't want to talk about Mati right now because I'll cry. So, but yeah, the cancer thing I've got. I lived with cancer for 15 years. It's just a different cancer. The thing I'm pissed off about is I got remission for like 2 weeks. I lived with thyroid cancer for 15 years, got remission 2 weeks, and then was re-diagnosed.
I was about to say
with ovarian
congratulations
cancer.
on your 2 weeks of.
Yeah, I know.
your
But
But
2
like
weeks.
what we're saying is not to be like a downer, but it's like,
Nah.
but it's contained. It's like
Well-
it's part of what you know.
I think you said something really interesting outside. You've accepted it a long time ago as part of you, not a bad part, as part of you,
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's key.
and you've
is
been living with it,
acceptance.
not against it. It's part of you. It's part of your
Absolutely.
story, and accepting it and working and acknowledging it.
Yeah. I say that all the time when I teach a workshop called Power Through Struggle. And it's as soon as we accept and don't separate those pieces of the body, then healing can happen. Because with illness or injury, we like to say, well, this piece of me is bad or this piece of me is rotten.
We're like at war with it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that doesn't work. You can't heal in that space. So you have to just ride the wave and let it be what it's going to be. I lived with my cancer for so long that I was telling Jeff this outside that it was almost weird when I was given remission to not have it
Right.
Right.
because we've lived together and hung out for so long and it worked. I mean, it changed me as a human being without question. I'm a better human being for it. So
I was going to ask you that outside. You feel
without question. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just stronger, sweeter.
Well, in thyroid cancer, right? That's really hard to something that's really hard to beat.
Well,
isn't it?
usually it's, and I was told this, that it's the easiest cancer you can get. But mine was
Wow.
metastatic, which is
15
spreading
years
the lymph
later.
system, right?
Yeah.
And then resistant to the only cure. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, I have had 5 neck dissections. I lived with it for 15 years, and the one thing I know my body can do though is surgery. It does it very well. I have had now 6 surgeries on my body, and yeah, it's we're gonna, here we go again. You know, it's part of my story.
And that's
It's
why we
really
got
the
dick
truth.
pills.
That's what I'm saying. Ride that dick, man.
Ride that dick.
If you would have led with that, the dick pills would have. I even questioned it. I've been like,
This is
"God,
how-
I've got some dick pills. You guys want some?"
But this
This
is
is gonna be
yeah.
a great weekend.
Please just start sending. I have a PO box. Just start sending. Feel sorry for us now.
You know,
No.
just lead with the right thing.
But it should be more. I should have been the one. Like she brought it up right away. She's like, I might not be able to have sex for 6 weeks, so you better fucking get busy.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of pressure. So I'm trying to be a good
I
husband.
know you are so good, and I love you so much. And that truly was the first thing. That was the first fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was
So
just
exactly
terrible.
how
It
long am
shows
I
you
not
where
gonna
my
be
brain is.
fucking?
Like that's terrible.
You're a good man,
That's where my
Charlie
brain
Brown.
goes.
No, this is the
I'm
right
trying.
play. It's the
Yeah.
right play.
She's been good to me.
Hey, no, wait a minute. You're a good man. Just calm down.
Calm down.
We don't know what we're
back to
talking
you
about,
again.
right?
I'm
Like,
your oldest son.
talking about he's getting
God
more
damn it.
sex. How is this somehow? Good job, buddy. Like you can do it.
It is weird though, because we do have a
Am I
reverse
confused?
situation. You know how many guys I talk to, my friends that are like my friend Jeff from San Francisco. He was like, my wife and I haven't had sex in a while. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Oh
That's
yeah,
not
you
our
guys
problem.
are extremely rare.
It's hard with little
Extremely
babies too,
rare.
though. It's hard with little kids. Little kids.
You know how many times I woke up to my dad having sex with my stepmom?
That's so gross.
I walked
Ew.
in.
Most parents want to avoid
The drunk
that.
Jehovah's Witness,
Yeah,
right?
most
Yeah,
people,
drunk-
people don't really
This
want
is your
people to do that.
stepmom.
Don't want to traumatize their
A
children
little bit
forever.
traumatizing.
All right, I've been talking too much. Whatever.
No, not really.
No.
It's like, no.
So
Aaron,
across
keep
the board,
talking.
like Jeff, so parenting, this has been an amazing thing for you.
Yeah, it changed my life completely.
Yeah. You
Changed
love
me
your little
completely.
man? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to, strangle him most of the time, but
Ah.
it just you see you, and you see your tactics, you see your
Right.
manipulations,
Your
and you're like-
makeup or whatever, right?
and I feel bad. I'm looking at him half the time and staring right through him, going like, "Oh my God, that's me." I'm
How
so
old is he?
sorry. 5, going on
Oh.
15 in my emotional life.
And the
But
name
he's
is
the name,
significant of
the K, huh?
the van, right?
You're gonna get me to admit on air that I named my son after a VW van again?
I think
Yes,
it's awesome.
I smoked that much pot. It's true.
Awesome.
No, but it's a strong handle, man.
We were at a loss because it's like, I'm Jeff. Then we came from that generation of four-letter names, and I just,
Mark Scott Smith.
I know a bunch of Brads and Jims and Jeffs.
My brother's
and
name was
Johns.
Jeff.
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
yeah, shit, yeah. He must be a good guy. But I just, it's we were at a loss, and we didn't want anything too long and fancy. It's Van's short for van or something, and I was half drunk in front of the fire camping one night, staring at my bus, going, "Yes, Van." I mean, it was a much longer, much sillier name that evening, but by the morning.
we cut it down.
Yeah, by the
Trim
morning,
the fats, like a
after-
good joke.
After we had editing, and rewrites and everything, we got to Van. So yeah, he's
He's very cute.
yeah,
And
he's
so
very
you
cute.
don't like the shoe though.
No, love the shoe.
Vans.
Love the
shoe
shoe.
is so
I have to now
comfortable.
because he loves it because he realizes his name's on everything.
Right.
So everything's got to be Vans.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he loves
These
it. He
are
digs
mine,
it.
Daddy.
Yeah, I know. He's like,
Laura, how
Daddy.
old's your boy?
12 and a half.
12 and a half.
Right in the thick of it.
42.
Yeah.
For sure.
12 is good.
Has he? Has his voice dropped? Is that?
Oh, the
I
whole
guess it doesn't
thing
sound
is
like that.
happening, like,
Has his
so
voice dropped?
fast. Yes, his voice has dropped.
Little
All
hair,
the-
little hair in the armpits.
All the things.
All the things.
They have
All
a
the-
smell to them, don't they?
do have
at
a
that
smell.
age?
We do. We do.
Smells-
I separated myself. Oh God, they do smell.
No, it's-
And I'm seriously finding myself like, oh my God, you need to take a shower.
It's like,
Yes.
smells like
Yeah.
onions.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
bad.
smells like grilled
onions.
onions.
It's just the hormones, isn't it?
It
It's not
is.
even something they
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
It's just
No,
It's all
it's
coming.
hormones.
It's
No,
all
but
coming
it's
straight out
definitely
of
like
you.
made worse by a busy day running around
Yeah.
with, like sports camp.
He's like,
Yeah.
deodorant. What?
Mm.
Deodorant, huh?
So how's he shaping up?
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He is
Great.
like, he is going to be like his current mission is to write a TED Talk.
Nice.
That's
It's amazing.
okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that's
Thank you very much.
enough said.
You got to support
Who's
it. You're like,
next?
what else are you going to do?
is his name Bus?
No, van bus.
Jokes, yes.
No, but-
Brought it
That
back.
was good. Thank God someone's
his
trying to
name
keep it
is
funny.
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
His name is Sebastian, and when he was in like third grade, he told me he hated his name, and when he wanted to change it like legally, he didn't know to what. And I said, why? And he said, because it has the word ass in it.
Ah.
That's what they think about.
Yep,
I thought of the Little Mermaid
other-
because isn't
the
that
other
the
kids
name
are-
of the lobster?
it
It
is.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't
We
get that
know
one. I'm
this.
surprised he didn't get that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
no
might
one's
with the
ever
new one
called him a
coming out.
lobster.
So when all the other kids figured out ass was in his name, then he.
I'm not even sure that anyone figured that out except for him.
It's like,
He
before
was
I get picked
obsessed
on
with
for this, I'm
curse
just-
words, and he's like, my name
nip
has the
this
word
in
That's the kind of
ass in
personality
it.
that writes a TED Talk. Someone preemptive, thoughtful.
Right? Thoughtful.
Sure.
Like,
He's like, listen,
smart.
puberty's around the corner, Mom, and I know how this is going to go
this
down.
is going to be bad for me. There's going to be ass.
Yeah.
I'm going to be called ass everywhere I go.
Yeah.
But
I like
no.
that
So
he
what was his,
take charge. Let's nip this in the ass
I
and
love
get
it.
this over with.
No pun intended.
Let's nip the ass out of Sebastian and get
Yeah.
moving forward, Mom.
Right.
What was his first choice?
He didn't give me. He didn't have a choice of a new name.
So it was just
He
like an
needed
emotional
the ass
conversation.
extricated from
Yeah.
his
It's like, I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what we're
was-
going to do.
I always wanted to name or put spell mine with a K to make it different. Jessica.
Jessica.
My wife is a Jamie with
could
two
still-
eyes,
Oh,
and
still
it's
do that.
the worst possible thing
That's
you
my
could
sister's
ever do
name
to your
too,
child. is-
Jamie. We have a lot in
Well, she
common.
didn't even like do that
do,
herself.
actually.
Weird.
No, she did not.
that's
Her
on
mother, I
birth
guess, it
certificate.
was for Jamie's, John's, Jeff's, Jim's, so on. She was going to switch it up a little bit, so she'd give her the double I in the name,
Jamie.
Jaimie.
Oh, it's not at the end like Hawaii.
No, it's not. No,
Okay,
no.
that's
But
what I thought.
we've missed flights because of it.
Missed flights.
Oh yeah, because nobody, even the DMV, when she writes it down, can't get it right. They always assume that she messed it up or it's chicken scratch.
That's nice of them.
They're like,
I'm
"Oh."
in charge here at the DMV. Your name is not spelled
She
out.
must have been drinking. Nobody. She put another I in there, you know. And anyway, we've had her ID come back, and it's not been Jamie. And post 9/11 world, that shit doesn't fly. So yeah,
Very
we've missed
annoying.
flights over it. Yeah,
Everyone calls me Hilaire.
that's me. I'm the most
We all have
unprofessional. one.
crazy.
Well, that's how he explained it. We were like, "What
Yeah.
was your wife's name?" And
Yeah.
he
Said
said,
like Hilaire,
Yeah.
like Hillary spelled Hilaire.
Yeah.
Which a lot of it brings me to a point. It's so funny how people. I think I said this a couple weeks ago too. It's like if you don't know someone and they just assume things, like ask questions that they shouldn't ask, like, "Oh, your name? Why is it like that?" It's like, why are you asking me a question, a stranger, like at a store, like, "Oh, interesting, Hilaire," or it's like, okay, calm down.
Well, and you don't name yourself.
Right.
This
Well,
Stupid
some
question.
people could.
this was the same
yourself.
attitude and guy and same face. I had the privilege of working behind bars with in New York City and watching that
Oh my god.
that guy get asked those questions behind the bar.
There was a time
after
when
night. It was
Micros
amazing.
computers you
It's
could
amazing.
put guest check and name the check, and I don't know, at least 3 times. I remember once I was so hammered, and this guy goes, "Why does my check say dick face?" And I'm like,
We would all never, we'd have
Awesome.
an asshole at the end of the bar, or
the stuff you get away with, but it's like they stopped doing that
John,
'cause
John with trick. I don't
yeah,
know,
but
was-
some people got. I think someone got really racist on one, like somewhere in the country, and then they were like, "We got to stop, giving that access because people are naming checks, and someone's like, this fucking whatever, it's rude."
Yeah, that's not great.
But yeah, the guy was like, "Excuse me," I was like, I gotta go, I swallowed a bug. Well, one time we had a phone behind the bar at the Mercer because I worked there as well, and. It was in the story that I told her. So this phone rings, and we think it's this guy messing with us. He used to always call. He goes, "So hi, I was in there last week, and I had your Cosmopolitan. Can you tell me what was in it?" I'm like, "This has got to be my friend calling or whatever." I'm like, "Oh, well, the first thing you do is you pull the biggest hair you have on your asshole, and you rim the glass." And I went on and on and on, and then 10 minutes later, I see my manager walking over, like mortified. He goes, "There's some dude on the phone reading me the riot act." And I was like, "I don't know. Didn't do it. It wasn't me."
and
Just
they were
denied it.
calling to probably compliment you on such a great cocktail.
I was like, "We've already had a bottle of vodka back here. We don't, we're."
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You do a
Anyways,
blue chew and then you stir the drink.
Yeah, that's what makes it the color.
right?
Exactly.
I think one night I was making like a Pedialyte Cosmos. I was like, "Oh, this hydrates. Let's see what it does if you put it in your drink." And instead of putting like simple syrup, I'm like, "This has put a little of this in there."
That might be good for the hangover.
Actually, that's
supposed
not
to
a
be.
bad
I don't.
supposed to be.
Yeah, because you're
It is.
hydrated. Yeah,
Seriously,
Pedialyte.
that's not a
Oh
terrible
shit.
This is like a new product being
for
born.
real.
I'm gonna call Harvard and Stone and tell those guys to put a Pedialyte Cosmos.
In another life,
Yeah,
I've shamelessly drank
seriously,
vodka
yeah.
Gatorade many
Vodka-
nights.
Oh, dude, that was on my
Can't say I
way.
avoided a hangover.
No, on my way out, that was my bottom, and it's so funny. I can't even look at Gatorade now because that was my. People are like, "Oh, is that your Gatorade?" That was my half pint of
Oh,
vodka.
that was your high.
That was my end. That was my
Yeah.
end game. You weren't around for it. That was when,
Yeah.
that's when it was just the end of the. It was like, oof, I can't even look at orange Gatorade. It makes me want to throw up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So yeah, enough ripping on me.
No, I say we keep going.
Keep
No.
keep going.
Listen, there was nobody more amazing. Nobody more amazing.
As a fucking yeah.
As a fucking
I would
irate,
disagree.
as an irate, upset employee that would burn you down where you stood. This is the
I
guy.
had so many jobs.
This is amazing.
So
Amazing.
They're like, "We love you, but you can't drink all the time at work." I'm
That's
like,
literally
"Why?"
what they said.
That's why you become a bartender.
I was like, it's like my daddy told me if you want bread, you fuck a baker. You know, it's like, what the fuck? I'm in the right place. You know I am.
It's true. I'm
truth.
with you on that.
Dude. Or like,
Some logic in there.
I remember I trained someone like, "We're gonna taste all the cocktails." I'm like, "Good, good, good, good." Oh man,
I remember one of those.
I remember when
Aaron spit. Give Aaron the bucket. Give
Give
Aaron the bucket. Aaron spit.
no, swallowed it. That's alcohol abuse.
Does he work tonight? He works tonight.
So working with him, you worked at the bar together.
Yeah, we worked at a couple different bars together. Yeah.
Mhm.
So was
Probably.
it like working with what was the guy the famous so messing this up.
Which guy's famous?
Okay, the movie star.
Oh, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Did
Cocktail.
he do all the
Cocktail.
Cocktail guy.
No, all New York bartenders, if you had it good, you were some customers would be like, "Ooh, I like it that you're surly. Yeah, throw things at me." Like it's like all we were is we had
I threw
attitude.
things at people. I was
You
terrible.
had attitude.
I
You
was
look
terrible.
so sweet.
He used to have his back to the. I'd be like, "Jeff, we got more customers. We got enough customers, buddy. Got enough. Got enough." Or we'd have like we would order food. Be like, "What do you want to eat?" I'm like, "Let's get a bottle of Shoshana Montrachet and a ribeye with fries, steak frites." And we'd just be like, "It's just bad time. I mean, it's great."
Oh,
That
my
shit doesn't
God.
fly anymore. That's probably why they don't have comp checks anymore.
No.
I remember I worked at a
No.
place. They're like, "Just comp a drink if
That's
you
why they
give it
have
away."
cameras everywhere now.
Yeah.
Comp a drink if you
I had
throw it
a,
away.
I had a $300 like comp check, and they're like, I was like, "You said write it down." They're like, "Okay." So you just got everyone in here hammered. Where's your tip jar? It's like over there. It's great. Great night. Oh my God.
Hardest part of the night was trying to clean the checks up, moving all this stuff around.
Jesus Christ.
Anxiety, right?
Yeah. Some of it.
I was such a well-behaved bartender. I did
She
nothing
was. She was a-
wrong.
she
You
was-
I
bartended
didn't
too.
drink back there. I bartended at Houston's
In LA.
in LA for
Oh.
like 8 years. Yeah,
Well, you were probably giving people like advice, like
I was.
here,
Like,
don't drink too
anymore.
much. This will take away your cheat.
But she had three.
Did you drink behind the bar?
This will take away your cheetah.
No, but all the bartenders that worked with her were like us, and so they were like her kids, and they'd be like, "Oh, you know, she wouldn't tell on them, but they were
my
bad boys."
babies.
You were never bad. You were never bad behind the bar.
They were. I wasn't.
Wow.
And nobody. I mean, you got in big trouble there.
Yeah.
That was for
She's
real.
a rule
Corporate.
follower.
Yeah.
She always has been.
Yeah.
Laura might disagree with that actually, but
With what?
he called me a rule follower.
No.
Nah,
That's,
I mean,
that is stretching it.
I am a rule follower now. I do.
Yeah.
I do. I don't like. Well, I don't know. I mean,
Do you have any good
I don't-
gossip on her?
oh yeah, sure. Go. I have no secrets. Everything's
her
out
and
there
I
in
grew
the
up together.
world.
I got all kinds of gossip.
You did get me the most drunk I've ever been in my life before. The night before my fucking Northwestern University one-on-one interview.
It was. You're welcome.
I,
You're welcome.
honest
What's up?
to God, I was still wasted. Like,
And how were
I remember that interview. Like, I remember feeling like these waves, like I'm gonna puke, and then like I'm sure I didn't. It never occurred to me until years later that like you reek.
Oh yeah.
So
oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure that I fucking smelled like a bottle of vodka just doused all over me, and I was like trying to talk to the guy, and I was like throwing dragon.
Was it the
fucking
good
breath
point
at him.
of? Was it the good point of drinking, or was it like
No,
was it the
it was
sloppy,
out
queasy,
of control.
out of control?
It was. I
Oh,
had
my
None of
no
that
idea what I was
confidence,
doing.
none
We
of
were
that
doing
assuredness.
shots. We were like drinking hard liquor. We were 17 years old.
We were not old. enough to
18,
be
17.
just
How'd the interview go?
We were 21.
We were 21.
Not in.
We were 21.
Definitely.
I was a
We were
little bit of a late bloomer with college, and so we were 21, and I was just getting ready to start my freshman year, and I
know,
did a
rule
few
follower.
interviews, and Hillary crashed in my hotel. And then, like, the bartender, do you remember the bartender?
I don't remember any of
Oh,
this. I'm not
God, we
joking.
were so drunk,
Nothing.
and Hillary was, like, flirting with the bartender because we got a lot of free drinks.
Yep,
for
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
And then we're like up in our room, and we were so drunk, we became like hysterical. We were both hysterically crying. And then the next thing I know, you gave the bartender our room number, and we heard this like knocking on the door. And then we like stopped crying and got really quiet and waited for him to go away.
I don't remember.
Oh,
I
you
remember
wimped
all
out?
I don't remember
Oh.
any of this.
He was like,
Bartender.
I brought blue
Bartender.
cheese.
That is
Now you
got
don't
blue
remember
cheese.
any of it. Well played.
What were they called back then?
Needless to
I
say,
don't
I
remember
was.
a thing.
I went to a different school. End it there. I did not get
You
in.
didn't walk out of there going
Interview
like,
was
I was
not successful.
brilliant. That was
Yeah, no,
I
I walked
nailed
out
that.
of there going,
Let's
I
see.
fucked that shit up. That is
Again.
over.
You're welcome. That was me foreshadowing your future and knowing that you needed to be here at home. Oh, you went to New York.
I went to Atlanta.
You
I
went to
college
Atlanta.
in Atlanta.
Why do I never remember that part?
And then, I don't know.
Then New
it's like
York.
in parentheses.
You guys
And
need a
then
minute to
here-
figure
Oh,
it
maybe
out.
also.
New York.
No,
Yeah.
sorry.
Get,
No,
the
it's
story,
great.
get the story right and come
Get
back
the
in.
story straight.
I still went far, far away. It just wasn't Chicago.
Far, far away. It's really true that I don't remember things that don't feel like crazy pivotal in my life anymore. I don't know.
You
if
don't
it's-
hold on to things.
I don't hold on.
I don't
to things.
either.
Like,
Others, like my friends had to remind me of things I didn't really necessarily want to remember. Like she's remember that time we stole my mom's car and you cussed out my mom? And I was like, well, I kind of remember cussing out your mom, but I thought I was more right about the situation. So now I know I definitely wasn't.
You're like, shit, no, I didn't remember it that way. Thanks. No.
I mean, I just don't, I don't know. I just feel like there are important things to hold on to, and there are things that need to leave. And that's, I think that's a good
at a
thing.
certain point in life, with phones in our hands and stimulus in our ears, eyes, everywhere else, and
Right.
children, and all the shit you got to remember to have one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much
Right.
time left.
Like
in the
not
pot
leaving
for
them in the
you.
car.
Yeah, don't leave them in the
When it's hot out.
car.
Leave 'em in the car's
yeah.
good.
How about not leaving them in the car? The people
Feed them.
Is
Gotta
it true
feed
that
them
they have
every day.
they have reminder tips to help people not leave their kids
Yes.
in the car?
Yeah,
because
it happens.
It's like, are you
I
out
watched
of
a guy.
the-
I watched
So
a guy.
tragic.
I watched a guy.
I
It
don't
wasn't a kid. It was a
understand
dog. I watched a guy get out of his car, get out of his Jeep, walk over. He had a like a small baseball bat, but it was a tire checker, I think, for like a semi truck. Large tires. He got out, walked right over, saw the dog, broke this guy's windows out.
Wow.
I was
That's
gonna.
awesome.
It was
I would.
awesome.
I would do the same
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
listen,
I've done something similar.
It was incredible,
Without the
but I'd
break
never
window.
actually seen the moment happen. The decisiveness. I was like, this is
That's
this is
amazing.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to be good to the
Okay.
doggies. So where are we at on time? I think we're gonna wrap it up. Actually. Yes.
Shut up.
Yes. What?
Did you see what I did?
On point. Yeah, because we're blind.
Camera sees everything.
I know, it's terrible. We are definitely. It's 7:10.
This has been amazing, you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Has been
Got a little
super
serious,
fun.
got a little weird. We talked about all kinds of different stuff.
We
Dick
did.
pills. Everybody should try them.
We'll let
Single
you
or
know.
married.
If you have a dick.
We'll keep
If you have a dick.
Not
I heard they work on
you
the
should
clit
try them
too.
too.
Do they work on the clit?
bet
What if your
it
clit was like
to know that.
The clit juice. Clit juice.
clit ju-
See, that's the thing is it's not fair. There's nothing for us to like.
Everybody's got a
Oh, wait a
dick.
minute. Wait a minute.
Orgasm?
Wait a minute. I've heard of.
Is that wrong?
There's stuff to stimulate, right?
I don't. I mean, I don't need stuff. I don't.
I mean, there's stuff on the
All
market.
right, that's a whole nother podcast.
I'm all-
I brought it up
But,
again.
but this is the thing. You're not wrong that everybody has a dick. But here's the thing. You guys are guys because you dropped the ball from day one.
Ah, you dropped the ball. You
right.
dropped your
And it
balls.
just keeps going.
Can I use that?
Yeah, you
That'll
can use
bomb.
it.
We got to
Even
close
at-
on that. That was too good. Yeah.
All right, so you guys, so let's. Jess, what do you got going on?
Here, Tuesday, July 30th, we're doing our first Liars Club in the Belly Room. We got Christina P., Jamie Kennedy, all kinds of people. So please come watch that. It's at 8 o'clock, and you can get tickets on the Comedy Store. Look at my podcast, The Liars Club, pretty please.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
We're on YouTube and all that. And Aaron just did it, and he tricked pretty much everybody. So
Yeah.
you should definitely
Yeah,
watch
you
that.
told me about this. I
That's
want
great.
to check this
Where
out.
can we find you, Jeffrey?
For All Mankind, whenever Apple decides to release it.
Yay.
I don't get to play Neil Armstrong. It was fantastic. Childhood dream of acting.
Absolutely.
Wearing the spacesuit. It's an Apple show. Apple hasn't set a date yet as far as releasing it, but happy 50th anniversary moon landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
And what's
cool.
what's your
Very
Twitter?
cool.
Your usual
Yeah,
Twitter?
exactly. You know, the moon landing. and,
Supposedly landed
So
on the
they
list.
we're just going to play along
Find
with
you
it.
at where? At Mr. Branson?
Listen, it's easier to go with it. The moon landing, okay? At Mr. Branson is Instagram, and Jeff Branson is Twitter.
Awesome.
I'm not a good follow, though.
You got a lot, but you got a lot of followers.
I'm a
dude.
pretty
doesn't
lame
respond.
follow.
Wow.
He will someday.
But you have
though,
all
so
your- yeah,
follow.
It's not out of any lack of love.
No,
it's
he's
that
busy.
I am in the middle of 5-year-old. But 5-year-old.
I have to say this before. I sent him an emoji once. He called me immediately. He goes, "We don't do that,
Don't
buddy.
ever send it.
Not me and you, buddy. We're old school." He goes, "What the
Don't
fuck?"
ever- don't
He
ever
goes-
fucking
he
send
goes,
me
"What
an
the
emoji,
fuck is
buddy."
that?" And I still, to this day, I did LOL him today. I go, "This is not going to go
I
good."
didn't like it.
It's like he
I
just,
didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like it. He does not like
Because I
me.
knew you wanted to use an emoji. But it's the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Like the laughing eyes.
Yeah, he's like, we're not there, buddy.
Yeah, that's not us, buddy.
What about you, Laura?
You can find me at mothernurturela.com.
Heck yeah, I'm gonna get cupped.
Yes, go get
And you can get
treatment.
cut-
She's
I
the
will
best.
not shove my fingernail in your forehead or wax your eyebrows, though. I'm not a
And don't
waxer.
light me on fire.
What about the bikini, though?
We
Bikini,
can
we
talk.
can talk
We
about
can
it.
talk.
Okay.
Have a discussion.
What about you,
Me,
Laura?
I am gonna have surgery and stay alive. That's my
Yes.
plan.
Yes.
Yes.
And you
I
can
like
find
that.
her at Yogi Hilly.
Yes, Yogi Hilly, Hilltop Yoga, Chicago, Hilltop Yoga, Old Town. We have multiple teacher trainings going on. I've been training teachers now for 16 years, usually 4 trainings a year. So yeah, jump on. That's
Yes.
all I got.
And I will be,
What do you got going on?
anybody in Michigan, I will be headlining not one, but 2 bowling alleys this weekend. July 26th, I'll be in
Dropping the balls.
Howard City, and on Saturday, I'll be in White Hall or something. Anyways.
Whitehall.
And then I will be in August 13th. I'll be at Gotham Comedy Club, New York City, and then I'll be with Robert
Nice.
Kelly and friends at the Slipper Room, and also some bar shows that I can't remember. But you can find everything at aaron-putnam.com.
All right, I'm bored with you.
I'm bored with you.
Love you.
I love you. Bye.
How sweet.
That was
Is that sweet?
super fun, you guys.
That was awesome.
We're still trying to figure out how to do it every time. We're just trying to figure it out.
Right. No, it's great. You guys have a
It
great
just seems like if you
chemistry.
get the right group of people with a good vibe, it makes itself
Yeah.
kind of. I mean, not to make it sound so simple.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I know it's
I
more
feel
than that, but
I feel that way too. I
Yeah.
just,
Well, I mean, like I haven't done it enough to know, like, I mean, how do you steer it if it's going a certain way or whatever? And that's why sometimes I feel like I chop in and when I shouldn't or whatever. But it's like because I get all get anxiety about like if I need to move something.
you
Control, basically.
take some notes about everyone. You can steer it that way.
Yeah.
Take a couple notes about
I
everyone.
listen to all of our episodes and I feel like you steer extremely
Yeah, I
well.
was gonna say, you
steer
just
Well,
steer
the
the
thing that
shit.
I can't even I barely listen to I have to listen to my sets, but I barely do, so I can't hear my voice. So she listens, and I'm
Yeah,
like, how
I
was
don't
it?
listen to them. I listen to all of them.
You just steered this fine, I thought.
We all
That's-
set?
I never listen to
Yay,
myself.
thank
I'm hotter than
you.
hell.
It's really hot.
Jess, you're coming over tomorrow?
Yeah,
Wait, will you
definitely.
grab my purse?
Okay, cool. I'm gonna shoot you the address.
Oh, look, I shed my
I kind of want to stay and see Jessica's